Hi, it's me, Ingrid INFP, and I'm going to be doing this under the covers because it's cold and it's snowing outside. Um, and I've been doing more granny squares. I've started making a little bit bigger granny squares. I have a third, which I'll be giving to my friends and family for Christmas. I had a pretty shitty day. I woke up, had a bad day. Tried to go back to sleep a little bit. Still had a bad day. I was supposed to be working from home in the morning, but I did not do any work. And I tried to do groceries in the morning, which I could not get myself out of bed to do. I couldn't shower like I was meant to do. And then I came to work and I saw the patient list. We went through the patient list with the nurse and the other doctor who was new. And I just started thinking, this is going to be chaos. This is not going to work. This is never going to work. And I started crying when I was alone with the nurse. And the nurse was like, oh, but, just take a deep breath and we will manage this. This will be great. And she was like, Wednesday is almost the weekend. And I'm like, no, it's not. But okay. I tried so hard to be positive all day. I really did. I was maybe successful for like half a second before I started being annoyed and depressed again. It all went well. Like in the end, like it wasn't like that much work that afternoon, but I just felt like I was in I was so tense and anxious for like no reason. And I managed to do my job and stuff, but I mean, it just makes me kind of sad that it's like it's never getting better. And I started getting into the loop of like, I'll never be fit to be a doctor. I shouldn't be here. What am I doing? I'm never going to be good enough. I'm just like such a sensitive and stupid person, and all of that kind of stuff started pouring in. And yeah, I don't know exactly how I'm going to get out of this. Like, I'm feeling happy, but stressed and anxious. And it's like I don't like this state of being. Like, if I'm going to be stressed and anxious, then I want to be really depressed at the same time, like cry it out and like actually sleep and be depressed. I went to the catharsis of getting it out, and instead I'm like happy, but just super stressed. And even though I'm not like overworked or anything, and so I thought I was getting better, and like apparently it's not really going too well. I did feel a little bit of relief watching Buffo and her husband's video where her INFJ husband talks about how INFPs are not made for the freeway that like other types are. That's, it's like the rat race of the ESTJs, and like the INFPs are in like a path through the forest or whatever. We're not in like the same pace, and we're not doing the same thing as everybody else. We'll always be on the sidelines, like doing our own thing. And a lot of people will say that we're wrong for being who we are, because they won't understand us. So it's just hard, because like so much of life, your social standing and everything is based on your success levels, on your productivity. And I just felt like I was so slow today with the patients, and I feel like I'm getting all stressed out over like having one patient every hour, when it's like a lot of times like you're supposed to take a patient every 15 minutes. And then I'm like, I'm being so unproductive, and why am I even employed in this place? you know, and it's like I've done my residency. This is now my second year of residency, and like I'm not progressing because I'm so lazy or so stupid. I don't know. And I don't want to think this way. Like, I want to think like, yeah, I'm working towards my goals, and I am competent and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I don't feel like things are going well, in terms of my career. It's like I'm feeling happier and more content with like the small things and everything, but like my work is a big heaviness on my shoulders. And if I could, I'd just, not work. Unfortunately, I need to pay the rent, but if I could collect unemployment, I would be pretty happy. I don't want to work. My work is very meaningful and giving, and it's good to know that I have like a place in the world by working at this place, but I don't know, it just feels like I'm not a good fit for this job. And how did I end up in a job that like makes you stressed, that wants you to do all of these things that I'm not good at doing? Older INFP Insights came out with a video about how the best career is not what's on the INFP like description. It's what you like doing. But sometimes you also have to think about like, what are you good at doing? And that sometimes doesn't fit with what you like doing. It's like these Venn diagrams of what you like doing, what you are skilled at doing, and what you value doing. And like all of these three things have to connect, and it's just impossible. I'm keeping on with this job because like I know how to do it, and it's all I know. I started medical school at age 18, and I just kept going with it. I don't know how to do anything else. I haven't worked in sales or in like corporate or any other kind of job description. And so it means my CV is extremely limited, even if I'm a doctor, And I don't want to do anything else. But at the same time, I don't want to do this job. I look at the patient list, I'm like, oh, not again. Like, I enjoy meeting the people, but like, every patient visit is not just the patient visit. There is a lot of extra things that I have to think of, like if there are lab analysis that I have to look at, and then I have to contact the patient, and then they need a sick leave, and I have to fill in that, and then I need to send a referral to a specialist or to an X-ray, and then it's like I also have to like check in with some patients to see like if they're still doing okay after a few weeks. And then often when I call them, then they like suddenly have like some new thing that I have to fix. They're like, oh, by the way, when I have you on the thread, like I have this problem. And then I'm like, oh no, now we'll have to book another time. And then they're like, oh, well, we also have to do their yearly checkups. And then I have to. And then when they come to the yearly checkup, they're like, oh, well, I have all these problems that I've saved up all year to tell you. And it's like, I'm going insane. And I'm not burnt out anymore in the same way I was before, but I still am burnt out. I still don't manage as much as like I should be managing at this point in my studies or my residency. And it's like I'm in this limbo where I'm like, they expect I know certain things because I've done my internship, and I have I'm an MD with a license to practice medicine, and at the same time I'm not enough, like I need to prove myself to become a specialist, and they trust me on a lot of things, and then it's like I can't deliver to the same way, like the results that I'm supposed to be doing. And at the same time, I can't be a resident forever. Like this contract is 5 years. So I don't know if I'm going to get kicked out of this. And it upsets me because I'm trying my best just to survive and to like work and to do the best for my patients. But I have to not only do the best for my patients, which is what all doctors have to do, I also have to be improving on things constantly, on myself, on the way that I work, on the way that the place I work is. I have to be doing both of these things at the same time. Like maintaining stability, like the status quo, I have to be able to do that, which is the only thing I'm managing to do at the moment. And then I'm supposed to go on courses. I need to do evaluations, which I haven't done for the past year. I have to go to these residency meetings, which I always miss because I go to my therapy during that time. That's the only time that I have free during the week to do that. And I'm supposed to learn new skills, do new operations and stuff. And I can't do anything new because just being able to take patients is too much. And I'm not even taking as many patients as I should be taking in a day. I'm supposed to be taking maybe 8 patients a day, and I'm taking maybe around 5 on the days that I'm not at the emergencies. And when I'm at the emergencies, I'm supposed to be able to take 7 patients in an afternoon. And for me, taking 5 is too much. And even taking 3 is a lot. So I'm not doing too well. And I don't know, I'm also worried about am I a bad person for not really being able to empathize with my patients? I do empathize with with my patients, but like sometimes I'm just like, I'm so eager for them to go out to the door. And sometimes they're like describing to me their problems, and I'm like, this is nothing. And sometimes like they're describing a burnout, and I'm like, I'm putting you on 100% sick leave, and I didn't even get 100% sick leave at any point during this whole adventure, these past 6 months, or more than that, like 8 months. I haven't been on 100% sick leave, and that's what I'm giving my patients. Like, I'm giving my patients so much better treatment than I'm getting myself. Yeah, and it's because I do have empathy for them. But at the same time, like, I don't, because I don't have the emotional capacity. But yeah, there are so many things that are wrong with what I'm doing, and I don't know. And it's not just my career. I mean, my friendships. I mean, I've also done some dumb stuff. I don't even understand what I'm doing that's wrong. It's just these things fall apart, and then I'm like, and like, I blame myself, but I don't know what I'm blaming myself for. I don't know what it is that I did wrong. And then like other people tell me that I did something stupid and bad, and that I'm wrong. And yeah, I mean, I had my live, and I broke down crying, and I feel like I'm being manipulative and like hurting people. And I don't know, I'm probably a pretty bad person. Yeah, and I've also been pretty dismissive about other people. I dismissed one of our intern doctors who like came at 11:45. Like, I'd worked all morning answering people's questions, and then like he came like at the last person, and I got really like, I was sighing when he came into the door. It's like, I don't want to be the grumpy person who like people are scared about asking questions because they'll um, make me angry. I don't want to be that person. I was just so tired. I answered a question, and I was as nice about it as I could be, but I want to be a welcoming person that people want to go and talk to. But I'm mostly just a cynical, grumpy person, and yeah. And I don't know. At the moment, I can't even really. I couldn't even work in the room together with the other, the new doctor and the medical student today. We were supposed to have our computers in the same room and like sit in the same room and work, but I couldn't work. I just had to move to another room. That doctor put me so much on edge, because he's new, and he works in a different way than I do, and it was grating on my nerves. I couldn't stand any noise, and there was this baby who was just crying and crying and crying for hours. And it's like, yeah, we're all great and happy. And I don't know, I was happy, but I was not happy at all. And there's no reason for it. Like, I took my medication, I had slept, I had eaten, I'm not on my period, I'm, you know, I was having a pretty normal day, but it was a bad day. And I don't know, I just feel like I'm a terrible person. So, we've been talking a lot about breaded papaya disorder, BPD. And, when I'm in my worst states, I start thinking like, well, maybe I have these things. So if you're, Bufo Pergola's channel, she goes into those loops, and I go into those loops as well. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what if I'm like the most pathological person alive with every single personality disorder and mental health diagnosis ever? And like, I think this obsessing is a part of autism spectrum or neurodivergence. Is like you get onto these loops of, you think you're just going around and around and around with these thoughts, and your brain just rots, it like squelches into this big mush, and then you can't do anything with your brain. Like I was doing things at work and it was all going fine, but my brain was definitely not in it 100%, I'm trying my best, but it's sad when I'm trying so hard and then like I can't perform in the way that like I'm supposed to be performing. So yeah, sorry about this video. I mean, it was meant to be cathartic, and I guess it is to a certain degree because I'm managing to cry a little bit, but also I don't really know like what I'm feeling at the moment. At least I have my weekly discussion with my supervisor tomorrow, so maybe I'll get some kind of clarity in terms of what to do with my career and stuff. And she's pretty positive and stuff, and she has a high opinion of me, so I think that what will save us is RFI. It's not going to be our NI, because our NI is not in our conscious functions. I think that the way to get self-worth and to know the truth is actually through FI. Of like, Bufo was saying like, she knows that she's a child of God, and that way she was so happy when she said that. And I don't believe in God, but I do believe like I am worthy, I deserve to be happy, because I'm a good human being. That's what FI is telling me, I deserve love because I am loving. I I don't think that it's selfish to say that. But sometimes my NE gets like overrides my FI, and my SI bad experiences override it as well, and my TE is telling me like, just why can't you do things, you know? And then it's like, why can't you be an ESTJ? And sometimes I wished I was just an ESTJ. Like now, like I wished I could just be happy with living the life that everybody else wants me to live. That I could be happy by being successful and like actually trying for success and having those kinds of ambitions and those kinds of interests that are actually useful. And you know, like I'd have, of course every type has problems, but I think that ESTJs have less problems than INFPs navigating this world. So I wish that I could just become an ESTJ, but that's not going to happen. So instead I have to play on my strength, and my strength is that I do know who I am. If I just like try to forget using my NE spiral for a second. But yeah, like my NE spiral and my like the FI that is hurt kind of destroys me. So yeah, I hope that you guys had a good day. I did not. I'm glad that this day is over. I hope the tomorrow is better. I don't have many hopes, but what can I do, you know? It's quite funny because I was talking to my ISFJ friend because he was being bitter about some other friend that we have because he's being inconsistent or, you know, untrustworthy or something like an ISFJ would be annoyed about. But my friend usually doesn't get annoyed about things. And so I wrote to him, like, did you have a bad day? You know, what happened? And he said, yeah, actually, that's true. I had a bad day. And he said, I'm going to go to the gym and maybe I'll have a better day. And then he went to the gym and he had a better day. Yeah, I don't know. I hope tomorrow is better. And I hope your day is good. Have a great day.